Yeah, so today I'll be talking about data science as a career. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so today I'll be speaking about data science as a career. I'll be covering some aspects about how to go about pursuing a career in data science. Uh, and I'll be talking about some introduction to data science, artificial intelligence, related fields, career path, and what needs to be done, how the DAM markets is changing. Then we'll have a Q&A session. We'll make it more interactive, and I'm covering very less slides, less slides because I want it to be more interactive. If you have any question, just put it on the chat window. I will take it up after I speak. Okay, is that okay? Yeah. So thanks. So just to give a brief introduction about myself, my name is Manjunath, and currently I'm working as a co-founder and head of data science at hyperdata.io. I'm working in this field for the past 10 years. I've seen a couple of recessions. I've seen all the volatility in the market, the ups and downs in the job market, all sort of things. My main expertise is in the areas of textual analytics, especially information retrieval, search engines, NLP, extraction, recommendation engine, machine learning. I worked mainly extensively for startups, built over half a dozen products. My keen interest lies in understanding a product business problem, see how we can develop a product, convert the business problem to technical problems. I am keen in consulting, mentoring startups, and solving data problems. I also write on Quora, and I like teaching and photography. So that is my brief introduction. And I did my master's from IIIT Bangalore. That's where I learned all these text analytics, crawling, scraping, everything. Since then, it's been over a decade now working in this field. So that is about myself. Now going to now starting. So this is a very high buzzword that we have been hearing in the past few years. And when I started, we did not had any identity. we were known as information retrieval engineers, NLP engineer, or lead engineer or software engineer. So everybody considered it in their own way. Now, when we say data science, was known as Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, Manjunath.
Hello. Yeah. Sorry, I had some network latency. So I was talking about in the past few years, we have there is a huge buzz around data science. Earlier, we were known by different names, the way the company called. Now, data science is a highly buzzword. So, as the definition says, according to Wikipedia, it is a data-driven science, which is an interdisciplinary field about scientific method, process, and systems to extract knowledge or insights from data in various forms, either structured or unstructured, similar to data mining. That is what is uh, data science. Uh, so as you can see, it is all about the thinking through data. You think and feel data, how data behaves, what it does, how can you extract and mine information. So this is what is data science. Now coming to the way the field works is it is a combination of different fields. You need a technology skills, you need mathematical expertise, you need to understand the business problem and think through all the problems. So it's an intersection of all these three things. Now what all it involves is it has data engineering. I'll come to each of these things. It has data engineering. When I say engineering, the mainly the issues of, like, let's say you write a program for like 100 rows and it works fine and within a few milliseconds. Now how do you build a program that works for millions of rows or terabytes of data? So that comes as data engineering. Now it has scientific methods. Now when there's a lot of mathematical things that are involved, scientific methods, you do a lot of analysis, so on and so forth. A combination of mathematics, statistics, advanced computing. Advanced computing basically here refers to kind of neural networks or kind of parallelisms, visualization. And also you need to think through how you can hack the data. When you say hack the data, how can you quickly change something in the data, or how can you change some mathematical formula to make things work? And you need to also have a domain expertise, or the business domain as well. Yeah, the business domain. So it involves a lot of field, so a lot of things. It's practically impossible to know everything, but this is what is the basic kind of things that are involved. And so coming to the data science, the way data science is, it's very synonymous. It is more, or it is something related to, it is something from artificial intelligence. Whoever works, it's kind of artificial intelligence itself, where you make computers do things that require human intelligence, intelligence done when done by humans. So data science is like it's like working in it's working in an artificial intelligence field itself, and you make sense out of it. So there are different fields in artificial intelligence, as you can see here. It's machine learning, natural language processing, speech, expert system planning, scheduling, optimization, robotics, and vision. So machine learning involves a kind of deep learning, predictive analytics. This is kind of a little bit of misnomer, because machine learning also is used in natural language processing, and the classification are also from machine learning itself. Classification, clustering, all these are from machine learning. So all these, there are different fields. Like, in machine learning, you do predictive things. Like you say, let's say you want to know how and when a software package, the next release will be released. So that is predictive analytics. You want to predict when the next customer is going to buy from Amazon. So all these are predictive analytics things. So, and machine learning is something where you train the system. There are different types of machine learning. I'm not going into the deep depth of the machine learning here. There is a supervised learning and a semi-supervised learning. There are other things like recommender systems as well. Now, deep learning is part of machine learning, and it is more advanced version of machine learning. And actually, it is a sub part of machine learning. Now, natural language processing deals with textual data, where you try to determine the named entities like people name, person name, organization name, product, etc. Uh, and Speech systems are something like when you use Android phone or some on something you want to search on Google, you want to say speech to text. So you convert a speech and you convert it to text, and then it searches the Google search. So similarly, and vice versa. Now expert systems are something where it is a knowledge-based systems where the system studies on its own and then recommends some things like in like let's say you want to the system will tell you what disease you have. So it does a knowledge-based system. Planning, scheduling, and optimization it refers to all optimization of processes and improving the performance of the machines or any aspect. Now robotics is self-explanatory, and vision refers to computer vision where you do image processing and machine vision. So these are the very broad fields, and it is very hard to get into each and every aspect of it. Now the fundamental backbone for these artificial intelligence is mathematics and programming. So that is what is broader aspect of AI and related field is. Uh, Coming to a little bit of gist I want to give about data and information. So the datum is a Latin word which refers to data, right? I mean something that is given. Like let's say I say a number 1, it doesn't mean anything. If I say rupees 1, it means rupees 10. It means it is a currency. It is a denomination. So this information when you process that becomes this data when you process it becomes an information. So a datum is a single factual entity. It's a point of matter. And data represents a collection of data points, that is a set of data. So and information, as I said, it is a processed information, and you organize and structure that information in a context to make it useful. So that is what is about information. Now the reason I put this one of this sheet of about data is data has certain characteristics. Like there is 4 V's of data, which is volume, velocity, variety, and veracity. Volume refers to the amount of data that is stored in the database, or everyday system on our laptop and all. We store tons of data, right? Like 500 GBs, terabytes of data. So that is volume. Now velocity is the speed with which you transfer data from one machine to other machine through network or something. That becomes a velocity. Now veracity is how much you trust the data. Like if I am talking on something on this topic, like I am not sure how many of you guys are convinced, or how much trust you have in this explanation or something. So that is something veracity. And variety is you have data in all possible formats, like it is in HTML document, so on and so forth, right? So that is variety. Now if you see, these are the possible 4 things where the characteristics of data is there, and every of 4 things has a different ways of dealing with it. Like when you build an application on web and you need a velocity, you need to retrieve the data and you give the data. When you want to do process data and you do backend coding, it requires a lot of processing. So that is something related to big data processing. So that is what is about 4 characteristics. Now if you see, there is 90% of today's data has been generated in the past 2 years, and 50,000 gigabytes per second is the estimated rate of global internet traffic by 2018. And 90% of generated data is unstructured. And 3.1 trillion is the estimated amount of money that poor data quality costs the US economy per year. So this is what is about the volume, velocity, variety, and veracity. So these are the broad 4 things where which one of you may work in the future. So that is about characteristics. And there are different terminologies. The data engineer, where somebody who deals with processing lots of data, that is what is data engineer. And data scientist is about using all the data, mathematics, and solving certain problems. And analytics is how you display and process this information. These are all used interchangeably. Business intelligence refers to using of interpreting the analyzed data for business purposes. And big data again refers to kind of data engineering or processing large volumes of data. There are too many jargons going around. Rather than getting bogged by this, it's better to focus what needs to be done. So now this is a more critical point about how we can go about the career path. And most of the things this is mainly for students. So one of the main criteria required to do is programming skills. You need to be very effective in programming skills. Pick up Python, R, or Java and understand thoroughly what and how the programs are written, how you can do object-oriented programming in Java. So understand the pure concepts and also data structures, which is very critical to implement certain algorithms. Know thoroughly GitHub, how to commit a code, how to push the code, and so on and so forth. Now, and also you need to have extensive debugging skills that only comes by doing a lot of practice. Now, once you know all these things, then you can go for machine learning course and understand pure theory or mathematics, understand statistics and all the other things like linear algebra, uh, statistics, probability, calculus, and differentiation. Once you know all these things, then go to machine learning and also the theory behind the machine learning, understand what it can be done, how you can do machine learning, so on and so forth. Then once you understand all these things, look for uh, practical implementations and see how you can build these applications. Go to take some projects, implement and see how these work, and pick some subjects like natural processing, image processing, computer vision, go deeper into it, and then go for deep neural network and deep learning. These itself are a very broad topic to discuss. That itself take one session. Each of these sessions take one or 2 hours to at least give an introductory session. So that is what is about these subjects. The resource and advice, once you do all these things, what you can do is you need to practice programming, practice debugging, practice writing programs, tons of programs, implement projects. That's the only way to do it. Then follow StepUp Analytics, or also you can follow kaggle.com, KD Nuggets. So there are different sources where you where you go and study online, right? So these are the different resources. The other tips I have is extensively you take some projects, commit it to GitHub, then work on open source projects, do commit there, see the code, how people have written, see popular people who have written extensive coding, learn how they have written the code, then go to meetups and build contacts and give some presentation or talks at certain meetups, write blogs, and also find mentor and start working with some experienced data scientist. So these are the tips that I have. And I just wanted to keep the session more interactive, so I kept a lesser number of things. If you guys have any question, I am free to answer on that. Any questions? Can you guys hear me? Sajid, you want to talk about StepUp?
Hello. Yeah, Manjunath, sure, we'll do that. So there are some questions coming in from Archit. Can you take up that question first?
Yeah. So Arpit, can I know what field are you in right now? Okay, if you are in C++ and all, what you can do is like, so you have a telecom domain knowledge and C++. So what you have to do is you have to at least get a hands-on with Python and get some basics about the linear algebra at least, or linear algebra and probability and statistics. Then Python, and then you can take a course on machine learning or something. That's where you can start. So, did I answer your question, Arpit?
And yeah, and to add on Manjunath's point, okay. So there are like if you want to get into data science, okay. First of all, the first and foremost thing will be the skill set, okay, and the second thing that comes into picture is your hands-on experience, okay. So get hold of some projects or some kind of internship, okay, that can help you in like for a hands-on experience, okay, and you can talk about it when you are interviewing for a data analyst or data science position. So that is how like people go about it.
Right. Arpit, that's right. The experience is high, but there is some learning curve associated with this data science. So it will take at least a year or two to get a good hands-on. So I'm now started learning on neural networks. It will take me at least 6 months to 1 year to be proficient and at least to get some uh, basic idea about neural network. So it is a steep learning curve, and you have to put in a lot of efforts to get there. Suraj, I see your question. How do you want to? What is data analyst like? What is your background and what is data? I mean, what are you planning for data scientist, data analyst? So data analysis is not related to science as such, but you need to analyze data maybe in Excel or something, maybe Tableau, where how you present information and interpret the information. So that is not related too much to data science. You just analyze the information and talk to the clients. That's what is my understanding.
Correct. So again, Suraj, to add to Manju's point, okay. So data, like since you are into data analyst, okay, and like it all depends, and you know it very well what work you are doing, okay. But like it is very easy from like as a data analyst to switch over to data science because most of the things like you have a proper understanding of data. That is what majority work is. Okay, you should have a good understanding of data. So from there, you if you acquire the technical skills, right, so you are good to go ahead from here.
Yeah, and I have given a talk on introduction to machine learning. I'll share the audio. Maybe you guys, it will be helpful to you guys to understand some basics about machine learning, what it involves. Are there any other questions?
Fine. So thanks a lot, guys. So
Yeah,
we'll
there's
take all
another
the
question.
questions. Yeah, we'll take all the questions now. Okay, and so you can just write on your questions so that we can answer them. A learning path for data science for a guys who are totally new to this. Okay, and or someone who is a fresher or someone who have newly acquired some skills and want to switch to data science. Okay, please don't get confused with so many things that are going around in the market. Okay, that will dishearten you and it take more time to reach where you want to reach. Okay, so take one particular thing at a time. Okay, I mean like take one language at a time. Okay, master it. I mean when I say like master it means like do end-to-end work, like take out data, start some hands-on experience, having watching all the videos or doing all that simple stuff will not help you any day. Okay, you need to have a good hands-on experience. Okay, so for that, get hold of some project. Okay, whether it be a small POC kind of thing, that will again be helpful. Okay, but do hands-on experiences. Okay, Kaggle will be very difficult for you as of now if you are starting. Okay, so pull out the sample data that we have in StepUp Analytics. Take out the sample projects or demos that we do in StepUp Analytics. Okay, and start with that. So that is a very good learning phenomenon actually. Okay, and then you can get hold of other languages once you have grip in one particular language. Okay, that is what I feel is good.